Are you a fan of Donald Trump?
Hey, dude. Hey.
I'm sorry to bother you. We are YouTubers. We have a female program.
Yeah, really?
Do you mind getting into the camera?
Yeah, sure.
What's your name?
I'm Josiah.
So you're a student here, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of the school?
I think it's very nice. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to come here.
Mm-hmm.
I think China as a whole has been a very interesting experience. I think it's really cool. I like this school.
How long have you been here, studying here?
3 years. 10.
You're 10?
10th grade, yeah.
So you're about to graduate maybe in 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
What is your future plan?
I want to go into politics. Congressman, something like that.
Are you a fan of Donald Trump?
Can't say that I am. No, not a Trump fan, no. I'm not a Biden fan either. I liked Obama. Obama was good for me.
What is the meaning of being well educated?
I think that being well educated is being able to draw logical and informed conclusions.
Yep.
It means being able to draw information from multiple perspectives, I believe.
How would you manage your time? What is your daily routine when you get up and something like that?
I'm very active. I woke up at about 5 a.m. and then I take a church class back at home. I am Christian, yeah.
Same here.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I'll go to school. We'll arrive at about 8. Go through the school day, go to the gym after school because the school has a gym there for about 2 hours, and then I'll come home and do homework until about 10, and then I'll fall asleep. That's about it.
What about entertainment?
I don't really do much entertainment. I read a lot.
Any books you're reading right now?
The Social Contract by John Rousseau. It's about political theory.
Actually, most of my viewers, or the followers, they are learning English right now.
Oh, that's cool.
And do you mind sharing some skills or tips about how we can improve our English?
As an English speaker, I think that a lot of the rules, so I think the biggest thing to take note of is that English has a lot of rules and it breaks a lot of the rules in many situations. So keep in mind that no matter what you hear, there's a situation where the rules are probably broken, which might make it more confusing, but it's important.
Have you ever been to any public school?
Yes.
What is the main difference between them? Yeah.
Number one, no weed here, at ISB at least. Number two, I think a big difference is that people here are much more focused on their college and their future. I think that in America, many more were focused on having fun, which I think both come with their own strengths and weaknesses, but it's an interesting difference.
Any ideas or opinions about patriarchy or feminism? Because our topic last week was about feminism.
Here's the thing. I believe that sexism and gender-based mistreatment exists everywhere. I think that it is something we need to be considerate of. I do think that in some places it is exaggerated. I wouldn't say I'm a 100% feminist because I believe that in some situations feminism has been distorted and sort of morphed. I've heard a lot of anti-men thing from feminists, and I've heard a lot of anti-women things from people that claim to not be feminists. So I wouldn't say I'm on either side, but I do think that gender equality is very important and it is an issue that needs to be addressed.
What do you think of the glass ceiling, especially at the workplace? There is a glass ceiling, the wage between the females and
So I think the wage gap is in some situations a bit exaggerated as well. I think that people do not take into consideration things like maternity leave, but I think in other situations it is definitely a prominent feature as well. I'm not necessarily educated enough on the wage cap to have a persuasive opinion, but that's what I believe from what I know.
What if you are the ruler, not the government? Maybe you're the ruler of the society, right?
Right.
Any policies you want to release or launch to wipe the gender discrimination or wage gap? Any suggestions?
I've lived in a lot of places. I'm very happy that I've gotten a cultural understanding of different people. I know that we're all brothers and sisters, right?
For sure.
You're my brother. The
Same.
people watching this video, they're my brothers and sisters. We're all human beings. We all share the planet Earth. And we're never going to completely annihilate racism, sexism, anything like that, right? If I was in charge, if I could do something, I would implement policies or I would discuss love with people more. I believe that we all need to love each other. Again, we're all brothers and sisters. We all come from the same place. And if we love each other and if we're consciously working together to improve each other's lives, then I believe that it will diminish the problem.
Love is the key, right?
Exactly.
What is the key factor to be a self-disciplined person? What really motivated you to be?
So for me, what motivated me was definitely my parents. My dad, he is very disciplined. When he was my age, he was running much more than I was. He was exercising much more than I was. And I looked to him for motivation, but also taking control of my own life is something that is very important to me. I don't like going through social media and realizing that I'm being controlled by the media because that happened. Sorry, I shouldn't talk about this maybe.
It's okay.
But I think that happens everywhere, right? The media is very powerful, much more than most people believe, and it can control you. I like to think that when I distance myself from the media, when I take control of my body, I take control of my mind, and then nobody has any power but God over me. And that's it.
Be dominant. right?
Yeah.
What are the pros and cons do you believe that social media can bring us?
Well, first of all, social media brings information, which is one of the most powerful tools on the planet. We're very privileged to live in this day and age where medication and information is so widely available. However, bad things that come with that, like I was saying, it's very easy to be controlled. It's a very easy way for quick dopamine releases in your brain for quick satisfaction that is not good for the long term.
Yes.
And that is very destructive to yourself. Especially things, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk like this, but like pornography, that is very...
I do agree that.
Yeah, that is very, very
And never
destructive.
jerk off.
No,
Never.
no, that is very bad.
Do you believe that social medias can bring a lot of information that is biased or not really solid?
Yes. I'm not anti-vax. I believe that vaccines are... My great-grandma had polio. If she had had a vaccine, she wouldn't have been a cripple, right? In America, it was a very big disease. It killed a lot of people. It's sort of like a flu. They had to put you in these things called iron lungs, which are like these giant coffins, and they force air into your lungs so you can breathe. It's very horrible. But now they have a vaccine for polio, and we don't even have to worry about polio. It's gone. Same with like smallpox. Vaccines can do good things. They're a very constructive force in society. They've eliminated many horrible diseases. But you'll hear information from social media everywhere about how horrible they are, about how they're used by the government to control you. You'll still hear everywhere in the media about all these negative side effects. And I think that that's simply not true. I think there are situations where negative side effects happen, but it is a very small minority. I think that over social media, it's very easy to exaggerate numbers like that or to spread misinformation, and I think we need to be wary of it.
But how can we be a critical thinker? How can we distinguish the right one from the majority of the people?
I think that's a very good question. And I think that it is really a matter of perspective. I think you need to go through as many perspectives as you can and as many sources as you can. Before you come to a conclusion, you need to believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see, right?
Yes.
Being skepticism is important. I think it's important to trust, but it's also important to gather your information and that trust from many sources. To consult many different perspectives.
Have you ever read the book which is called 1984?
By George Orwell?
Yes.
I've heard of. I haven't read it though.
What about the movie called The Giver or the book The Giver?
Yeah.
What do you think of the society if we were living in a society that was no entertainment where the big brother maybe is watching us? Right? Do you believe that we are living on this kind of phenomenon or we are living on this kind of situation?
I think that we're moving towards it, yes, but I think that to forsake your own freedom is to forsake being a man or being a human. I was born in a very conservative area of America. I'm not conservative, I'm in the middle. But that was a very strong idea, is that freedom is everything and nobody can ever take away what you think. I think that when people start trying to take away what you can think and limit what you can do, I think that that's a problem. I believe that it's a real possibility, a real threat, but we're all human and it is in our nature to resist. I don't think that it's a problem that we're going to face.
And do you believe that the majority of the people are like sheep? They are just following the media like blindly.
Yeah, I do. I do believe it. It's very sad, but I think it's true.
But how can we wipe it out? How can we make it better? Make more people open their eyes up and to tell them the truth? How can we make it?
So I'm no expert on this. A lot of the things that I believe must be misconceptions. I get a lot of my information from students and teachers that sometimes don't know 100% what they're talking about. So I'm not a perfect source from this, but I think that probably the most important thing is to consult multiple sources and to limit your social media exposure. I think that books are a very good tool of information, especially like older books, and it is very important to have conversations with people that you know what they're talking about, with like primary sources. Because on the internet, another thing is it's so easy to say whatever you want to anyone because it's anonymous, right? Or at least you get the feeling that it's anonymous. You could like pressure somebody into committing suicide, for example. That's a very big problem, and you never even have to look them in the eye. And I think it's a very, very horrible thing.
It's pretty common to see somebody just suicide because of the keyboard warriors. They're just typing, leaving some like judgment or something, like prejudice.
Yeah.
But they don't know what is actually how serious it is.
Yeah.
I am inspired by what you give to us. I don't know how many people will watch this video, but I just wish if you are watching this one, I hope you can open your eyes up and to get something really wise, not correct, because this is just our opinions.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Just believe what you believe and to do something that is correct. But what if you can end this video up with one quote?
Sure, I'll end with that quote I used earlier. To renounce your liberty is to renounce being a man. Take control of your mind, no matter what anybody tells you. I know this is extreme, but for me at least, I would rather die than lose control over myself, my mind, and my body. Do not let other people control you. Take control and live your life in the most virtuous way possible. That's what I want to say to anybody out here listening.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How could we take more control of our selves?
I think it's very important to be kind to people and to have manners. I believe that being polite is a virtue in itself, but you also need to be strong. You can't let people walk over you. If somebody is consciously trying to hurt you or your family or to take your freedom, then I believe that physical force is necessary, right? But I believe that it is the final resort. I believe that you should first try diplomatically to speak and to compromise. But if it comes to it, yes, I believe that being forceful and not letting your will break is of utmost importance.
Do you have anything you still want to share with your friends, your classmates, your families?
I love China a lot. I think that China has been very kind to me, very beautiful nation.
Yep.
And the people here are some of the most resilient I've ever met in my life. And I will take this experience back to America, and I'll know that the people here are like no others.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful to my own country and to China for providing such amazing environments to grow up and to develop in. And I hope that the people watching this video will live long and prosperous lives. Yeah, I hope they will live well.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
We're from, which city?
Virginia, that's where I was born. I lived in the West, in Idaho. It's a little potato state nobody knows about.
And if you don't mind, I'll post on my channel. My channel is called Jackson.
Jackson?
Yeah, Jackson Lewis is my name.
Jackson
and
Lewis.
I used to be called Isaiah.
Whoa, that's a sick tattoo.
Thank you
From
buddy.
the Isaiah from the Bible?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's sick.
It's so nice to talk with you.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you too.
Have a nice day.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you
Have a
again.
nice day. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you. He got a lot of wisdom, I would say. It's so nice to talk with him. It's so nice to talk with a Christian. It's so nice to talk with some people who believe the same belief with me. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to say. That's what I want to experience. That's what I want to find out about the world. That is a real critical thinker. I know you might feel a little bit offensive, but I don't give a... I believe we are talking the truth. We are giving you some information that we believe is correct. No matter what you believe, because I'm not making any comparison on contrast, because there might be some people who are judging us like, look at this two crazy nutheads, look at this idiots, they are talking bullshit. I know that there might be some judgment, but we don't give up. Yes, because we believe what we believe. We talk it, we walk it. So that is the meaning of getting to know more people. That is the meaning of, being well educated. You gotta have your own perspectives, not just follow the media, not just follow the majority of the people. Don't be a sheep. Don't ever be meek. To be savage, to be self-confident. Just dream big and do bigger. And hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time. Bye-bye.